And we're back with another Ask Hilary. In this episode, I'm answering questions from women who are navigating big shifts, personally, professionally, and of course, financially. Whether you're entering your 30s, becoming the breadwinner, or wrestling with family responsibilities, as so many of us do, this episode will help you make empowered and values aligned decisions with your life and your money. Because the truth is, money is not separate from your life. It is your life, your relationships, your choices, your values. It's your future. And you deserve to feel in control of all of it. So let's get to it. First question. I'm about to turn 35 and I've just started thinking about money. Is it too late? Hilary, I spent most of my 20s just trying to survive, traveling, freelancing, couch surfing, changing jobs a bunch. Now I'm 34 with no savings, no investments, and a tiny 401k I haven't touched in years. I feel so behind. Everyone around me seems to be buying houses and planning for kids, and I can barely look at my bank account. I need to get serious. I know that, but part of me wonders, is it too late to build real wealth? Oh, I wish we could have a glass of wine, honestly. I can't, there's so many words I want to say right now. Um, First of all, the answer is no, it's not too late. Second of all, I don't know, 65 to 70% of women I meet have this same narrative. I really think, I mean, certainly I realized that I was in the financial ditch when I was in my late 20s, but it took me till my late 30s to dig fully out of it to be a person with a meaningful net worth. Um, I think this is a female thing, this whole feeling. I have a hypothesis that the frontal lobes of our brain are where we get our financial sense, and that those don't develop until we're at, like around, mostly happens around 35. So, no, it's not too late. You're totally normal. My guess is 70% of the population is in your same situation. I guarantee you there are women listening who are 45, maybe even 50, that had this same life timeline or money timeline, and they're going to get a ton out of this conversation because they still feel guilty. And I hate hindsight regret. I hate guilt. I hate feeling bad about the past. I don't want that for you. I try not to do it myself. And I give you full permission to release feeling bad about not realizing that you needed to get serious about money until you're 35. We all have that reticular activator that we sit around with our friends who, like, they bought their first condo at 20 years old, and they've bought up and bought up and bought up, and now they have a beautiful 4 bedroom suburban home with a little rectangle front yard and a nice backyard. And we, everywhere we look, we see those people and we compare ourselves to them and we come up short. But I promise you, I promise you, if you look around, if you really sit for a minute and take stock, you also know a lot of people who are not moving forward financially, who are not financially responsible, who are not paying attention to spending less than they make and saving, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Okay, so this is normalized. I don't know if you recall, I had a guest on my show named Ann Lester, and she said in our episode together, it's never too late to make it better. You can do something today, no matter how old you are, that's going to make it better. The longer you've waited, the more you're going to have to start adjusting. So that's really it. And I always say to people, you know, there's no way around that going from spending 100% of your net income to saving 20 or 30% of your net income feels like tightening the belt. Obviously, it's literally a zero-sum game, right? Your income. And this is, you know, they call economics the dismal science. Economics is the science of allocating scarce resources. This is your personal economics. And I've done that. I don't mean to over talk it, but I did live on $8 a day for food for 2 years. I did not buy a cup of coffee. This is before I stopped drinking coffee. I did not buy a cup of coffee for 2 years. I went to free cafes, people's offices. I'm not kidding you. I would change floors in the building to go to the kitchen of the company that had a coffee maker in the kitchen. Okay. I would go to networking events, not to network, but for the free food because I was hungry and I didn't have no money. It happens and it's life. And you can get through it. And you just want to make sure that you put as much mental attention on earning more as you do on spending less. Okay. If you listen to this show, you understand how compounding works. You put your money in the stock market and it compounds slowly. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to be consistent. There's a saying, time in the market is more important than timing the market. And that is what I see. That is what I see in my clients. Most of my multimillionaire clients drive Toyotas. They just do. And um, so this is the life you want to establish, is a life where you spend less than you make. And you may have to do some radical savings years in order to catch up. You may want to do that. But get a plan in place. In the beginning, I think when I made my financial turnaround, I think at that time, my compensation was about $65,000 a year. And I just sat down and I created a radical plan. In the beginning, to raise my net worth, I was paying off debt. And that paying off debt does the same thing to your net worth as saving money. I saved a little because I wanted to see the balances grow. I needed that to be happy and satisfied and feel accomplished. You'll do what works for you. Okay. The point is, the math has to math. Okay. It's arithmetic. It's not multiplication or long division or calculus. I know you can do it. Maybe you have a buddy who can help you. There are lots of online tools. So you can do this with your financial advisor if you have one. Your financial journey doesn't have to look like anyone else's, and it won't. Just start with what you can control. It sounds to me like you've already made your decision to change, to make a life change. Let me tell you, I'm 48 today, and I'm always making life changes. It's okay. It's just that this one feels so daunting because you think, oh, I should be at 1 million, or I should own my fourth house, or I should have a FICO score of 800, right? And it's slow to get there. Don't worry. Don't worry about the future. Just do what you can do today. Okay. The first step is to automate your money. Okay. So I've talked about this before. You can find resources on my website. Maybe we'll put a link in today's show notes. We will put a link in today's show notes. I have a guide to financial automation. I believe it's called Profit Boss Automation. That is a brand I used to podcast under. So that's profit bosses automate their money. But the point is, you've got to know how much money you can spend on a day-to-day basis. You must know. This is where I came up with my $8 a day food budget. You must know how much you can spend. And by the way, that grocery shopping, restaurants, everything, cafes, everything. Okay. You've got to know how much you can spend right now, today, and in every moment in order to stay on track with your new financial plan. And that requires automation. So you're going to do what you can to automate. I don't recommend spreadsheets. I don't recommend budgeting by spreadsheet. Nobody likes that. Nobody's loyal to those kind of things. It's just overwhelming. So use automation instead. And just figure out what you need to do to build up those account balances and then spend what's left over. That's your new financial theme. Until you get to the next phase of your financial life, your motto is, I spend what's left over. So you save first and you spend second. All right. Good luck. Keep listening to the show, and I know you can get there. Key lessons from today's episode include, no matter when you start, the key is to start. Let's give ourselves permission to free ourselves of hindsight, regret, and guilt when it comes to money. Never helps, always hurts. Just get started and know that you are the rule, not the exception. Also, healthy financial systems honor your relationships and your goals. Thanks for listening to this Ask Hilary episode of Love Your Money. Don't forget, you can send your own Ask Hilary questions to hello@hendershottwealth.com, or just go to hendershottwealth.com/Ask Hilary. Until next time, keep loving your money so it can love you back.